welcome to Overdrive. I'm Shireen Bhan. We're going to start the show off with one of the most anticipated launches in the Indian car market. You guessed it, we are talking about the new Alto 800. This is the car that Maruti Suzuki hopes will turn its fortunes around. Remember, it's been a horrid year for India's largest car maker. Sales have fallen, market share has dropped, and it's seen one of the worst industrial disputes in its history. They hope the Alto 800 will be able to recreate the magic that its predecessor did for them about a decade ago. Here's the Overdrive first drive report of the new Maruti Alto 800. What we know is that not a lot has actually changed on the inside, but a lot has changed on the outside. Take a look.
Ever since Maruti introduced the Alto in 2000, the car has turned out to be a bestseller. It is even one of the most selling cars in the country right now. But that was a long time ago. The car has not really gotten a mechanical refresh ever since then. There were midlife facelifts, but that doesn't really count. Now Maruti is right now trying to revive the Alto brand, and this is what it has resulted in, the all-new Alto 800.
The new car looks nothing like the older model, yet it retains a sense of having evolved from the previous generation Alto. Look closer and some A-star styling cues are pretty apparent. The front gets an all-new grille, a massive blacked-out hexagonal air dam, and black inserts in the new leaf-shaped headlamps. The bumper also has a more sculpted look in an attempt to achieve some sportiness. The rear gets a clear lens tail lamp and a new bumper, while the Suzuki badge sits on the boot with two kinks on either side that look a little bit out of place. The rear window now has an upswept line, and the wheel arches have a lot more definition. The line running from the front wheel arch all the way to the tail light also adds character to the profile. But the most striking difference is that the Alto 800 is much taller than the older Alto. Peek inside the cabin and the space inside this car will make you smile. You first take in the all-new dashboard, the new two-tone upholstery, a new instrument console, and the new single-piece seats. Storage spaces too are much better managed than before.
The first thing that you'll notice when you step inside the Alto 800 is of course the new interiors. But then after that, you'll also notice that there's a lot more space in this car. To be specific, there's more headroom because the car stands a lot taller than the previous car. There's 13 mm more rear knee room. And there's even more shoulder room, so you don't have to be rubbing shoulders with your passenger. The motor used in this car is the same 800cc 3-cylinder unit that did duty in the older Alto. But the difference is that the company has now given this car a set of new piston rings, a new crankshaft, a new intake system, and a new gearbox. Well, what that means is that there is an increase of 11% in power, and that's not all. Fuel economy has gone up as well. The company is now claiming 22.7 kilometers to the liter.
The Alto 800 also gets an all-new gearbox using a cable-type shifting mechanism with Detent pin technology similar to the one used in the Wagon-R and the Estilo. This makes the gearbox more precise, easier to use, and less spongy. The steering also feels much more weighted than before, giving the driver a lot more confidence at high speeds. But since the Alto is a car designed for extensive city use, a lighter steering could actually have been a better option. The NVH levels remain pretty much the same as the previous Alto. There's just a little bit of noise that creeps into the cabin when driving at high speeds, but nothing that can't be controlled by increasing the volume on your music system.
The chassis on this new car remains pretty much unchanged. Now the only difference is that there have been certain tweaks that have been made to the suspension. If you remember, the older Alto was designed to do one thing really well, which is to shuttle people from point A to point B within an urban environment. This car does that even better because there's none of that crashiness that the older Alto had. It has a more refined ride quality to it.
The new Alto 800 will be available in 8 variants. Buyers will have the option of 4 petrol and 4 CNG variants, with the CNGs claiming a mileage of 30.46 km per kilogram, which is 13% more efficient than the outgoing Alto CNG. With the imminent arrival of the Alto 800, India's largest car maker is now better placed to take on competition. Especially the Hyundai Eon, which has over the past few months been recording some impressive numbers. The Alto has received a much needed cosmetic upgrade combined with a significant new mechanical package. This, along with the Alto's incredible sales record, means the Eon and other competitors will definitely have their work cut out. The only thing that will affect this car's performance in the market is price. And we expect the new Alto 800 to be priced above the 3 lakh mark. If Maruti gets the pricing right, and it usually does, we don't see why this new Alto 800 cannot carry on the winning ways of its predecessor.
So then this is an all-new Alto. It's sharper looking, it's more comfortable, and it has lots more space. If you ask me, that's a recipe for a winner.